So I remember it like it was yesterday. Really what I think sparked me to where I am today was watching who was probably my biggest hero of my life be celebrated for his life, my father. I always tell people all the time, they always say, what gives you the drive that you have? And I'll tell you. So my father was a big techie, so that's why I'm a big techie as well myself. I love gadgets and all types of stuff. I went to school for computer science, and I did it because I wanted to make him proud. And I remember my first year having a job, right? Having this job. And through these years prior to even having this job, I've always tried entrepreneurship, but never found anything that could sink. In fact, I joke all the time, I was a professional tripreneur. Baby, I tried everything under the sun. So knives, vacuum cleaners, bails bondsmen, door-to-door sales. I mean, whatever you can sell. I even had a little magazine back in the day. I don't know if y'all, I ain't sell nothing. I just tried it. So my father, they're calling me and telling me that my father is in the hospital. Now, my father had overcome so much. Open heart surgery. He was in the military 20 plus years. He was able to get clean from alcohol and drugs. And I saw him help hundreds to possibly even thousands of people. And now my father's being told he's in the hospital. And I knew that the fact that they were calling me, it was not that easy. Well, long story short, 7 months later, my father had passed away from stage 4 lung cancer. And there was a pivotal moment during this entire process that forever changed my life. I was at his celebration of life in New Jersey, and there was this gentleman from India, and I never met anybody that my dad worked with, but he wasn't like an Indian American. He was from India. And I didn't realize how many different people that my father worked with. And I remember watching this guy literally sobbing, could barely walk. And it's like I picture it because I saw him walking out the door as he was, he walked by us and he walked out the door and he fell to his knees. And I remember at that moment, I wondered if my father knew how much of an impact he had on these people's lives. And at that moment, I decided that I no longer wanted to be in a position where I had to question if I was changing lives. I wanted to know. And so I stopped being a tripreneur and I became Taurea Vision Avant, the queen. And this is just the vehicle right now, but the queen of book profiting. I laugh when we talk about the setback because this is probably a setback to some people. You're like, Taurea, you're being dramatic. But for me, it meant everything. I told you guys, I'm a techie. So in this process, I had moved to Atlanta, Georgia to start this journey of no longer quitting these businesses, no longer being a tripreneur. And I joined this industry of home-based business, right? Now, mind you, they don't tell you, though, when you become a full-time entrepreneur, that sometimes the money take a while to hit. You know what I'm saying? And so the process, I had a car that was paid for, praise the Lord. And I decided because I couldn't afford it, I'm going to downgrade my insurance to liability. Now, how many of y'all know when y'all sometimes make a decision, okay, things will happen quickly? Well, I downgraded my insurance to liability. And at the time, we were doing a presentation with the business that I was in. And somebody broke into my car. And they didn't just break in. I had my whole laptop. Now, don't talk about me, but I had my whole laptop in the front seat with my MacBook Pro. And at first, I didn't realize that they had stole my laptop. I just was like, somebody broke into my window in the middle of winter. And so I'm in the car, and as I get home, I realize my whole laptop is gone, which is basically my whole life. And for some people like Taurea, you was being dramatic for that moment, but no, that was when it really hit the fan that like in this journey of entrepreneurship, you're gonna have ups and downs. Y'all, I was crawling up the stairs, weeping, and I had called my friend at the time who's no longer here, may she rest in peace, Michelle, and I was like, girl, I don't think I can do this. I can't do this. They stole my laptop. I don't even have no money to fix the window. I don't have money to get another laptop. What am I going to do? This is how I do my business. And she said, sis, you're not going to give up. You're going to keep going. And it was like her believing in me at that moment. And I'm just so grateful for her because if it wasn't for that conversation, I probably would have given up at that moment because it was so heavy. And when I tell that story, some people are like, a laptop, listen. Is sometimes the straw that can literally be what determines whether you move forward or you give up. And so for anybody listening, if your laptop gets stolen, don't give up. Keep going. You got this. Journey. This journey of life. Y'all, let me tell you something. The older we go to this journey of life or go through this journey of life, it's like the more you learn. And one thing I will tell you that I've learned the most, and I don't remember who actually said this, it's probably so many amazing people, but when they say, when people show you who you are, you got to believe it, right? And I'm not saying this in a bad way, because there's always been good and bad situations. I've had people who've shown me who they were in ways that weren't necessarily favorable to me. And I, for whatever reason, I kept fighting to try to believe that they did what they did for whatever reason they did, and it had nothing to do with me. But let me tell you something. You will cause yourself less stress if you stop trying to fight opposite of what people show you. But then you know what God has continued to bless me with? People who've showed up and showed out for me in ways that I never paid attention to. And now as I've grown older, one thing I've come to learn is that you got to be grateful, and you also have to be appreciative. I have one of my team members, he always goes above and beyond. Bruce Hill, I just want to shout him out. And I've been making it my business to make sure that I let him know how much I appreciate him. They say when people show you who they are, you always got to trust it. It ain't always got to be negative. When somebody shows you that they got your back, when they show you that no matter what, I'm in this to win this, when they show you that they believe in you, that they're willing to put it all on the line for you, you also have to be grateful for that. And so God has continued to put, it's so many people that I can name. And I know right now some people are like, well, what about me? And would I be a this and this? Listen, for every single person that has continued to show up for me, I am so grateful. But we also have to look at the positive. Don't be so quick to look at only the negative of people, because God has some people that has your back for sure. Like seriously. Thank you for everybody. I love you guys. So if I could go back and have a conversation with my fabulous and fly tomboy 21-year-old self, because yes, I was a tomboy and still am. First of all, I think the first thing I would tell myself at 21 is enjoy this life. Like, continue to go down the path of enjoying yourself. Like in my 20s, y'all, I had a good time. I had a good time. And I don't regret anything that I did in my 20s in regards to just having a good time. Like, I think a lot of the things that I do today have a lot to do with how I lived my life in my 20s. It was weird though, because like we would do, y'all know how people talk about manifestation. Well, in my 20s, shall we say, I manifested getting into the club for free, manifested being the VIP for free. And even though at that age, that was a big deal, but a lot of those principles that I used then are the same principles that I use now. It's just in different areas. So I would definitely say don't change that. Another thing that I will say is if in my 20s, if I could go back and talk to myself in my 20s, is make sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who have lives that you desire. Don't allow somebody to try to tell you what you should desire, because I fell into a trap where I was around people who inspired me, but they also desired certain things that I didn't really care about. And I remember getting into this moment where I went out and got the car, and I went and got the shoes, and I went and got the jewelry, and I went and got the house and all these different things. And I remember one day sitting in my house like, I thought they told me this was supposed to make me happy. And that's when I realized that at that moment, it wasn't that what they wanted was not making them happy. It was not what I wanted. And it is okay. Like, it's okay not to desire what everybody else on the social media is telling you to have and want and desire. I had to learn that quickly. And unfortunately, I think it's a lot of people that now today, looking back, they can agree. They may not tell you like I'm telling you, but they'll tell you, okay, like for real, on the low. And then the other thing that I would say is like, never stop dreaming. Like, dreaming in your way. So going back to surrounding yourself around the right people, but dreaming in your way. I have a desire to be able to do some great things. I want to be able to do business in Africa and help individuals to write books in Africa. I want to be able to travel the world and speak all over. I mean, shucks, your girl trying to do a conference in Dubai. I don't know nobody in Dubai, but I put it on social media and I'm going to do it. And I'm not going to stop dreaming and dreaming big. I will be an international speaker in multiple countries, not just in the few, okay? And so never, ever, ever stop dreaming. So again, you got to surround yourself around the right people. You got to make sure that you get the things that you desire. You want to also make sure that you never stop dreaming. And guess what? Live your life. Okay? Yes. Thank you. So I always love when I'm asked, where am I going? Like, where do I see myself down the line? And your girl sees big things, okay? I just want y'all to know. First of all, one of the things that I can tell you for a fact that I continuously do is envision myself in a stadium, standing on a stage. I don't care if I'm on the stage for 2 minutes, but baby, somebody to introduce me and they know that's my name, okay? And I'm on somebody's big stadium stage. And the only way that I know that that can ever happen is if I have to continue to keep on visualizing it, and not just visualizing it, but experiencing and celebrating it. So I know that I am going to impact the masses. In fact, my mission in life is to impact the lives of over 10 million men and women in mind, body, and soul. So how do I get that done? Within the next 3 to 5 years, guys, we're going to be helping more speakers, more coaches, more in the home-based business industry, learn how to leverage their books and grow their businesses to 6-figure businesses. Now, on a personal side, because I am a single woman over 40, and like statistics will try to tell you, honey, that, it's tough for us out here. But you know what? I see myself as being a woman of an incredible, incredible husband. A wife of an incredible husband, shall we say that? A man of God, a man that is out here leading and doing his own thing. So I'm speaking that right now. When people used to ask me that, I would always leave that out because I didn't want people to be judging me. Well, 3 to 5 years, what if she's still single? What happened? She must be crazy. Y'all, ladies, let me tell you something. We have got to stop being afraid to say what it is that we desire. Because if you're not speaking it, it's not going to happen for you. So yes, I'm going to have a great business. My dog's still going to be alive because he old, but he going to still be alive. And I'm going to have me a good old, nice, good looking man that fears God too. And so that's what we're going to be. We'll definitely have, impacted so many people. When it comes to this space, I will be one of the best known. And I'm not saying that with arrogance. I'm saying that with confidence and Godfidence, because if I don't speak it for myself, how's it ever going to happen for myself? So yeah, man, y'all just make sure y'all be looking out for me. Some of y'all be seeing me, right? But you about to see me. So why do businesses hire me? Why specifically do speakers and coaches hire me? Well, one thing that I have been able to do is I have been able to learn how to leverage my book and turn it into a multiple 6-figure business. And I will say what separates me from a lot of people, because I've never called myself a book publisher. Now, a lot of people will confuse me with that, but baby, I am not a publisher. I'm just really good at teaching you how to turn a tool like a book into multiple streams of income, but also multiple vehicles of marketing, shall we say, right? I don't leave home without my books, and I learn how to take them places and use them as opportunities, to get free food and all types of stuff. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? And so really what separates me is that's my gift. Like I can literally take what it is that you want to be able to do, how you want to impact the world, how you want to be remembered, and we take that, we put that into the right book, keyword, the right book, a book that people are searching for, and then we turn it into multiple streams of income. Listen, I don't know about you, but everybody wants to be significant. Everybody wants to be remembered. But, unfortunately, if you're not getting on those stages, if you're not getting in front of the audiences, if people don't know who you are, how are you changing the world? Well, that's what we do. We show you how to take a book and change the world, how to impact the world with your words, how to get on more stages, how to get on more media, how to be able to get in front of those audiences who want your information. And another thing that I will say that I'm so proud about is how not to have to change who you are. Baby, I show up as myself, okay? I show up in the way that Taurea was created to be. I don't have to be nobody else and pretend to be anybody else in order for me to get the word out to the people that God has called me to. And when you know that you are assigned to people, you don't have to switch up. You just be yourself, okay? And so that's what we do. And I can't wait, y'all. Listen, we got a goal. 1,000 authors generating over $10,000 a month. The truth is that most authors never make over $10,000 a year. Most speakers, most coaches never make over $10,000 a year. I know you thought they was because there's a whole lot of people pretending to be, yeah, they ain't make no money. But we're going to switch that up, okay? So we want to show you how to leverage that and get to $10,000 a month with the right people, of course. You know, I'm all about collaborating. And so making sure we do it with the right people and taking it next level. All righty? I look forward to working with you. I mean, what you doing? Come on, find out. Get with me. What have I enjoyed? I don't even know if I'm supposed to start yet, but I'm going to start right now because that's how I felt when I walked in. What have I enjoyed about this experience? Chad, when I walked in through the door over here, they have about 20 cameras on me. I mean, it wasn't 20, but it felt like it was 20. I felt so good. I mean, how many of us have been working hard and sometimes we just don't feel seen? Now, I'm not going to say that I don't feel seen, but today they made me feel seen in a way I have never, ever been seen. It feels good to walk into somewhere and know that your hard work has gotten you in a space where you can do this type of stuff. And so, I mean, my experience, baby, I walked in, had pictures outside. I'm feeling like a queen and, you know, I'm sitting up high, got the lights, the music. It's amazing. And most importantly, the quality of what they're doing here. I can tell you this, if you are a speaker, if you're a coach, if you're in network marketing, you trying to figure out what you want to do. This right here, video and being able to get in front of some quality like video editing and work like that is going to take your business to the next level. And so I can't wait to see the finished product, baby, because I'm about to send this out to everybody. Guess who about to get it? Oprah about to get this. Steve Harvey about to get this. What's the other TV shows out there? They about to get. I might even send this to some game shows. I don't even know. They might. Girl, you got so much charisma. Well, thank you so much, Shay Brown and the whole entire family, because Taurea Vision Avant is looking like a movie star. Yeah, okay, let me stop being so silly. No, but for real, this was an incredible experience, and I would do it over and over and over again. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.